secrecy does not necessarily imply conspiracy.
Conflict brings progress, but controlled conflict brings controlled progress.
The secret of mind control is to change people outside of their awareness.
A lot of it has to do with our educational systems, where we've been dumbing our kids down.
What really fascinates me is the complete blackout in the American press.
Are either of these two really going to do what we need them to do to straighten out our country?
These men are striving to create a world superstate. From behind the scenes, they will be the ones who will rule.
The Council of the Americas has been crucial in bringing us to this moment. And I know that we can count on your wisdom and your commitment in completing the great work that lies ahead.
The system tries to drive us into competition against one another. Somebody lives on the other side of the boundary.
In the beginning, we were made to believe, and we were sold on the idea that we're separate from each other. No boundaries. This is how we're doing it. Arrested for alcohol, kicked out of his house, and he's on these drugs. You know what I'm saying?
It's obviously not helping. It's not helping whatsoever.
It's not helping. I think you need to be at a certain level of health in order to take the drugs in the first place.
Yeah.
You know?
But they're not going to tell you that.
I mean, they'll tell you that to get
They want
health.
you to take the drug anyways. They don't care what you have.
Yeah.
They're going to say, oh, you have this symptom, then if you take this, then it might help you out.
Jeez. Well, you know what, man?
Another unnecessary amount of deaths for no reason.
Well, let's see this. Here we go. So the antidepressant drugs have been found with different studies to increase the risk of violent behavior or suicidal behavior. However, prescriptions of antidepressants and other mind-altering drugs among school children has more than quadrupled in that time. And this time we're talking about is in 2005 to 2006. Well, no, from 2006 till now. While the use of behavior-altering drugs, including Ritalin, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, modafinil for daytime sleepiness, has soared tenfold since 2006. How are you going to give a kid...
So what's that, like legal cocaine?
I guess. I mean...
Pretty much.
Wow.
Sounds like it. A daytime... you don't sleep during the day.
Daytime sleepiness. You know, they're going to try to...
Everybody has daytime sleepiness.
Yeah, what's that a symptom of?
Take a nap.
At 4 o'clock, I feel sleepy. I want to take a nap. It's
I feel
just the way it
sleepy
is.
right now. I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm sleepy right now, too. I'm not on Mondo Fillin.
Yeah, whatever that crap is called.
Oh, that's unbelievable. It is a well-known fact among the makers of these drugs that they are directly linked to behavioral disturbances, including agitation, panic attacks, and extreme aggression. Yet their use is so commonplace that they now have even found their ways into our drinking waters. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what that's all about.
Very interesting. I've never really completely trusted tap water.
Wait a second.
From anywhere.
Here, yeah.
You know, it's like...
Expunge on that point. I'm going to go find that article.
I just feel every time I taste a different taste every time I have tap water from somewhere else. Whether it be a restaurant or somebody else's house that I go by.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird. Like, sometimes you get like that iron taste or whatever because they say there's iron in the water.
Iron and fluoride.
Like, I don't think there's,
have you had Fiji water?
I have. Tastes like nothing, which is what water should taste like.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Apparently, wow, this is unbelievable. It should make us happy, but environmentalists are deeply alarmed. Prozac, the antidepressant drug, is being taken in such large quantities that it can now be found in Britain's drinking water. Environmentalists are calling for urgent investigation into the revelations describing the buildup of the antidepressant as hidden mass medication. The environmental agency
they're medicating everybody?
No. You know what's happening?
Or trying to get them hooked on it?
People's urine has the residues from this drug, and it's building up both in river systems and in the groundwater used for drinking supply. The government's chief environmental watchdog recently held a series of meetings with the pharmaceutical industry to discuss any repercussions for human health or the ecosystem. Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. The discovery raises fears that GPs are overprescribing Prozac. Oh, good thinking. That's unbelievable. Yeah, crash. Experts say that Prozac finds its way into rivers and water systems from treated sewage waters. Some believe the drug could affect their reproductive abilities. So, dude...
So they can make more drugs for the people that aren't... they're reproductive. You have a baby, something happens to it.
Yeah, oh my God.
They can make drugs for that.
That's perfect.
It's kind of crazy, right?
That is crazy how that works out. There's been such an increase in, malfunctions.
It's going to be a reason for everything.
Yeah, deformities and stuff in kids, and it's just... skyrocketed. So, you heard it here, folks. The drug companies, the governments, the mall, all
the mall.
filled with the terror.
Can't go anywhere anymore.
And it's not even the Arabs.
When I first heard that, I was praying to God that it wasn't at the Natick Mall.
Yeah.
Because of all they just did this huge construction.
Not that it's less
been to the Natick Mall.
Not that it's less
looks
horrible.
Like an airport now.
Yeah, it's insane. I haven't really been to the big part.
Don't even bother going.
It's just too much.
It's huge.
It's not even called the mall now.
No, it's called
the collection.
The Natick Collection.
The Natick Collection. I like that. They're collecting, all right.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Build all that stuff. It definitely cost a lot of money.
I'll tell you, I might not go into the mall, but me and you should go to the Cheesecake Factory.
I went.
You went?
I did.
Without me?
I went with my girlfriend. Come on.
Oh, your girlfriend. Oh,
the Cheesecake Factory is definitely a girlfriend place.
I guess it is, unless you want to just go get some cheesecake,
Yeah, the cheesecake obviously is amazing. It was good, though. Good service, but it was weird sitting right in the mall parking lot.
Yeah, that's strange. That's why
right in the middle of nowhere, and you can't park anywhere.
Yeah,
I had to valet my car because I couldn't park anywhere close.
Doesn't it remind you of the Olive Garden? Up the street a little bit there on Route 9. The Olive Garden's in the middle of the parking lot and across from Borders.
Yeah,
it's the same little situation.
It's even worse than Cheesecake Cake, though.
Is it?
Because you're literally right
smack dab
through a building in the middle of a parking lot.
In the middle of the collections parking lot.
It's so awkward.
That is awkward. Well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the next topic I was going to talk about is great. The let me see here. Google. I printed you this article. Google is being slammed by an Austrian study. Austria. Well, let's see. Basically, they're saying that Google is creating dangerous monopolies that will turn into a powerful force that could invade our privacy and our
plans for world domination.
Annex information flows.
Are you kidding me?
Well, dude,
how's Google gonna? Well, yeah, I guess they already control the world.
Well, that's what I'm
much.
saying. Well, let's read this.
They know what every single person is searching for.
Boffin's Herman Maurer, the chairman of Graz University's Institute for Information Systems and Computer Media, said that there are more than 61 billion internet searches a month for Google. That's insane. That's insane. Such a huge amount per person, dude. That's like what, 10 per every person on Earth? All right, let me see what we got here. He said it was dangerous when a single leader takes control as this, particularly when it runs other services and colludes with those that should be its rivals. Deja vu, anyone? According to the American Press, Associated Press, Moore claimed that by using data mining tools, Google's bots can know everything about individuals and companies and could not be stopped by the international community. One day, Google could turn into a detective agency and turn over people's personal data for the wealth of its shareholders. Basically, they're saying what Google does for internet, all right, you ever seen a movie Brazil? Did you watch that the other day with us? Brazil?
No.
It's with Robert Deniro's in it. It's a crazy movie, and in that movie, in the future, there's this group called Central Services, and they run the air ducts.
Yeah.
And if you have a problem with your air ducts, they help you, and if you're not part of the, docile community, they just won't repair your air ducts. It's like this crazy thing, and it was like, the movie's a little deeper than that, but, Google's kind of the same way with the internet. Google has its hands, and like this article said, it has its hands in all these different organizations on the internet that it should be its rivals, but it supplies them, it supports them, and I think if it decided to just take all the information that it had and utilize it a certain way, I don't know who would be able to stop it.
Yeah, good or bad information. I mean, nobody would be able to stop it, really.
No one would.
I guess they'd shut Google down, obviously.
Well, how though? That's the thing. How do you shut it down? It's not like a building.
But it had to be informed by somebody.
It was formed by somebody.
It has to be controlled by somebody, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Something is controlling it.
But the strange thing is, it's the internet, so it's not really... All right, well, let's see. Google could use its knowledge of what was happening in the world to play global stock markets to its advantage. However, a spokeswoman at Google... All right, here's a Google talking, okay? Says that the comments made by Moore's study group were based on inaccuracies, conspiracy theories, and a lack of understanding of the ways of the search engine. But Moore did not stop at Google. He was alarmed at the way the outfit of Google seems to have teamed up with the peddler of unreality, Wikipedia. What do you think about Wikipedia?
I think it's bad because people can just write whatever they want. Just go onto a website and say, write a statement that might not be true about anything.
Yeah.
We have immature friends. I know people have done this before and gone on and made a website to make fun of somebody. Just write nasty, dirty things, so when you type in that person's name, that's what's going to come up.
How does Wikipedia work? When I go on there, I only see one definition. I don't see my ability to change it. Can I write?
There has to be a way. Maybe they changed it. I'm not sure. But I know there was a way to do it.
I think maybe they have a group that agrees what it is. But I don't know. It seems to me that
Google, Google, they have to have somebody that's got to be in charge of it or running it, right?
Yeah.
All these sites have to make money, correct?
They do make money. They make a bunch of money because of advertising.
Yeah, advertising.
And you know what it said? This particular article said exactly that. It said one of the greatest fears that this report instilled in these people that did the study was the fact that Google very easily can change the economics on the globe just by allowing different advertisers to be on their website. Literally change the way the stock market is just by letting the right people on their website. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is it's scary almost.
It is, because what this is trying to put forward is the fact that, when you first started using the internet way back in the day, remember that? You were always kind of...
AOL, dial-up, sounded like a telephone.
Oh, it was simple, right? And you knew that AOL had your information.
Yeah.
Okay? You gave it to them. Then along came these search engines.
I don't know if I gave it to them. I think they just had it. Well, because you're on their
to sign up, you need to give them it. You know what I mean? They may be able to get it, but they ask you for it.
So us not thinking about it
to validate.
Us not thinking about it then, we gave them access to our whole life, pretty much.
Well, yeah, because you needed them, because they became a part of your life. The internet became a part of your life. Now, how are you going to get into the internet? You got to pay for an ISP, which doesn't make sense. You should be free internet everywhere. Yeah. But just like there should be free gas and free whatever. Not free, but should be. It shouldn't be so private, the internet. But what I'm trying to say is, somewhere along the line, search engines came along, and every search engine got together with all those websites and all those companies, and now they search through all the bits of information, and all those companies that we trusted, they give those search engines, a peek in for that searching capability. And now what this article is trying to say is basically Google has gotten so large now that they deal with both sides. Who's going to regulate them? They have information. You know what I mean? It's theirs. You'd think it's just a search engine. It doesn't belong to anyone, but that's just my point. All that information that you search through, they have the machinery that searches it. It's not some reflex of the internet. They created the technology that can get that information from those people, and they control it, and they have a private ownership of all that searching ability.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. That's I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but
Well, the world domination, I mean, I know that's kind of sounds sinister. I don't think they're going to come out and say, aha, we did it. But, you know, sometimes one of these people says world domination, and you laugh, but then you look at the way the Google group basically influences reality around you, and it's almost like they are creating monopolies, and they are making certain types of information private and doing all these different things, and it's kind of scary.
It is.
You know?
Very scary. Especially
if they privatize the whole internet in general. You know, because then if you had a website that you wanted to put into the internet and it wasn't enjoyed or liked by the people that regulated the internet when it's private, then you can't create that piece of art in that realm of the internet.
They'll just get rid of it.
It's kind of
like not let you have access to it.
Yeah, just cut you off.
Pretty much.
I think they did that with music at one point. You know, there's probably a time where people made music freely and blah, blah, and then the copyright came out or the trademark.
Oh, yeah. Way
and then
back
all
in the
this
day.
stuff had to be changed. All
to
these
make
different
sure that
ways.
Everybody got paid for their rights.
Yeah, I guess it's
crazy.
The copyright's
all about money.
Serious thing, man.
All about money.
It is all about money. Speaking of money, CIA not feeling too good. Everyone's heard these ones. Destroying interrogation tapes. Wow. Like we should be so interested.
Like we should trust these people after like all of this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We should be so interested that they're finally admitting to destroying some tapes where honestly I'd be like entertained, or you know, I'd be surprised if I saw an article that said CIA admits, you know, creating rebel groups in almost every single major war in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Like that
to cover the behinds of the political people in charge.
Exactly, cover the behinds,
They're
or
making
oust
all
out
the money off of this.
Oust out the other ones and put the new ones in. CIA is like America's little like international task force. No one knows it, no one believes it, but you see this stuff happen and people still don't understand that we don't need this stuff. We don't need the Central Intelligence Agency. Folks, what equals power in politics is information, intelligence. When you have a group like the CIA that's working multilaterally through the, you know, for instance, the Trilateral Commission, it's a direct connection from all the, you know, largest governments in Asia, the largest governments in Europe, the largest governments in America, all connecting to each other. And they all share information, and they have all the power. They know exactly where the cells are and what's going on. They know.
They know where everything is.
They know where everything is, man. They gotta,
or they're saying that there's this stuff is somewhere.
Yeah,
it's like not even real. I don't think now that you know.
Yeah, they know where things are and they know where things aren't, which is funny.
Yeah, I don't believe anything that they.
Dude,
say
they have
anymore.
a GPS system. We use it. We pay for it.
Yeah,
we use it to get to our favorite restaurants. The military created it. We were given
they could find exactly where every GPS system is in the entire world. Everyone has one now.
And
all
they can
cars.
Look, and they can look anywhere. You know, the echelon system can look anywhere. And they're talking about, oh, guess what? You know, we're feeling really bad. We burnt some tapes, or we destroyed some tapes from some interrogation. And they don't say, you know, but about those other assumptions, like we're altering the political networks in all the different third world countries of the world. You know.
Ridiculous. Did you see Mitt Romney's speech yesterday?
Well, what's the gist of it? No, I didn't.
Pretty much exactly like Kennedy's speech like 40 years ago.
What did he say? What did he say?
Well, he was talking about, you know, Mormonism and how his
sketch
religion.
Kennedy was Mormon?
No. It was his tone and the way he portrayed.
So
himself.
they said that the news was saying that his orators.
No, you listen to it. If you listen to what Romney says, there was a clip on the news last night that I saw. If you listen to what he says, and then they go back in time to black and white video and showed Kennedy what he said as a senator before he was even president.
Yeah,
that it was so close together, like exactly the same thing.
Well, it's probably written by the same team.
Well, most likely, or he just copied it and rewrote it so it didn't sound exactly the same.
I mean, can we expect to hear anything different from these guys? Nothing's changing.
No, nothing. I don't know.
You know, like I heard some conservatives on the radio the other day talking about how Obama's in a tough position because if he does this and that says this and that about his policies with the African community, then he'll be an Uncle Tom. And, he'll get white votes, but none of the blacks will vote for him. And if he says this and that about the policies of African community, then...
Yeah, well, his whole spiel is he danced around, me being Mormon isn't going to affect the way I run the country. It's not, I pray to the same God, or one God, and everybody. I'm going to need those prayers to, get me through as a president. And I was just like, I don't know. It was a bunch of crap, I thought.
It is crap, dude, because, like, a true, like, some sort of, like, a religious person that's really connected with the essence of God and what God means isn't going to be, like, talking out of both sides of his mouth, trying to, like, make it in the political game, wearing $1 million suits and collecting. You know that Mitt Romney was a venture capitalist, man? I mean, what does that have to do with a spiritual connection with God? Even if it is a Mormon philosophy, I don't know, I just don't see how these guys can talk to a whole mass of people, say something about religion, and the whole mass of people is like, he's a good Mormon, or even say...
Yeah, I don't know, a good person, or that he's going to be able to run the country. I don't know. It's just... all these guys, I don't see anybody that's capable of taking care of anything right now.
I agree, man. I agree.
Whatsoever.
I don't think any of them are capable of even being actual religious learners. I mean, you think George Bush really has the type of humble self-sacrifice to be like a real Christian? I mean, what Christianity in the deepest sense means to me. I don't see anyone who's the president of a government and involved in bed with all these groups, man, all these secret groups.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous.
Well,
so, yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's get in on it here. We're talking about...
what else you got?
I got Iran here. As everyone knows, the administration and the news media, for a while, were just all in the mode of Iran is terrible. Let's do this, let's do that. They're trying to get weapons. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like Iran actually stopped their nuclear program. Bubbly, bubbly. Craig just opened up some champagne. He's celebrating.
Yeah.
He's going to be a father.
No, that's not true.
That's not
all.
It. Everyone,
whatsoever.
Strike that from the record.
That is wrong.
Anyways, yeah, we have some analysts with the military. They said they're not going to let the administration pressure them into cherry-picking intelligence. See, that's what I love about this power game, right?
I'm not going to be a father.
Yeah. No father. Are you going to be a father?
No.
Not now, but you will someday. And this world will be a shiesty place by then.
We got some friends here saying that Chaz is nuts.
Yeah? Well, I might be nuts.
It's all good.
I'm kind of in a nuts mood.
Still listening to us, though.
Yeah, that's right, suckers. You're still listening. So listen here. There are a group of intelligence, people that are just fed up with this pressure from the government. And that's what's crazy. That's why intelligence is so powerful. That's why they're trying to centralize intelligence like they've been doing and try to set up all these satellite organizations with all this funding going through all the letters, the ABC, the DEF, the GHI, whatever you want to call these groups. What they're doing essentially is trying to just take the massive intelligence they have access to and pick what they want to create a story. So then they'll feed that story to the masses, and the masses will see reality now in the shape of that story that these people have crafted. Like wizards in their ivory towers, crafting stories out of bits and pieces of power.
Yeah. They want us to talk about Christmas. What do you think about that?
Christmas?
That's a heck of a topic.
It is a heck of a topic. Of course, we could talk about shopping. We could talk about people's attitudes. We could talk about how Santa Claus is a pagan god, and they're trying to hide basically nature rituals through this mass commercial power grab for all sorts of products.
It's like it's not even like about celebrating a holiday. It's about going out and buying stuff.
Yeah, and even when it was celebrating
a
holiday,
useless stuff.
Yeah.
For people that are going to be like, oh, thanks, and then probably
Here's
never
yours.
look at it. Yeah, for the rest, they just buy you a gift certificate. Here. Oh, thanks for a gift certificate. It's like, what? I'd rather get nothing and you say Merry Christmas, and that's the end of it.
Or a nice hug and some food is fine.
Yeah. Oh,
but
here.
hey, I'm still getting
$10.
For those listening right now that plan on getting me presents, don't listen to what I just said. That was my radio personality talking.
Yeah, that was Charles.
He's self-sacrificing. Yeah, Chaz wants something and something else and this and that. You know what that reminds me of? Have you ever seen Donnie Brasco?
Yes.
Johnny Depp. There's a part where he brings Al Pacino's character, Lefty. He brings him a present for Christmas. It's like an envelope, right? And Al Pacino's like, oh, I got one for you, too. He gives him the envelope. They both open them at the same time in front of each other, and it's just a simple card with $500 bills inside. which is really funny because that's like a
It's like the
classic
same thing.
mafia Italian thing. Yeah, so funny.
Here
He's like,
you
oh,
go.
thanks.
Here you
Oh,
go,
and they
man.
hug each other. And then Lefty, the older Al Pacino guy, he's a bum. He's like, hey, you got some money I could borrow? And he's like, yeah, what do you need at the end of hanging out? And then he's like, he goes to get him some money out of his wallet, and he's like, no, it's in your jacket. And he just takes it back.
Great flick.
Yeah, it was a good flick.
What was
man.
I watching the other night?
What do you got?
What is it?
I don't
Big
know.
Lebowski.
Nice.
Love that movie.
So good.
When he's in the car and
Yeah.
he crashes into the telephone pole.
He drops a joint on his lap.
And dumps the beer on top.
Tries
of him.
to douse it with the beer.
Crashes his car.
Boom! Right into a dumpster.
I saw it right at that point, and I was like, I can't not watch the rest of the movie from here on out.
Yeah, he's listening to Creedence Clearwater.
Oh, it's funny. It's so funny.
Clearwater. What do you got in there? What do they want? We have a driving force of fans.
Let's see. Local skateboarding hazards. What do you think about that?
Local skateboarding hazards. Wow,
what would
that's
be
really intense.
what would constitute a hazard? Isn't everything a hazard?
I'll tell you what's a damn
jump
hazard.
on rails and grind
Dude,
on that shit.
No, I'm gonna tell you what a damn hazard is right now. Hazard is failure of the cities and towns to get rid of this ice, dude. What is going on?
True.
I walk around in public.
I went to the bank the other day.
Yeah, the
and
bank.
I almost died. Walking,
Dude, it's like a sheet of ice right in front of the bank.
Into the door, yeah.
I mean, there's a
Crazy.
guy that comes in and plants little tiny bushes and maintains the mulch.
I went out and shoveled off my driveway. My driveway is enormous.
Wow, look
the
at
front
you.
of it, and not to whatever. I don't do it often, but it wasn't that much. You could have gone out with the shovel and just chipped it off, you know, somewhere else.
You hear that, employees of Bank of America? I'm a member of your bank too, and me and Craig are just
wherever
darned upset because when we're skateboarding, let's keep on topic here. When we're skateboarding, the ice is always a tragic problem.
How come you're skateboarding in the wintertime?
Well,
shouldn't we go to like a skate park?
Bro, you telling me that exercise has seasons? No, my friend.
Of course not.
I'm an exerciser.
You go indoors. They got ramps and stuff for that.
Yeah, I'll go indoors. I'll skate home afterwards.
Maybe the problem is they don't give them a place to express themselves.
I see that happening. I know there's been a lot
I
of
saw the crubby attempt they made at the Natick High School.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
A sad attempt for a place for people to just hang out now.
Sad, man. It looked like a prison. I mean, what's the point of the fence? You don't want kids walking. I mean, there's trees a kid could climb and fall off of. Why you get a fence up a concrete wedge that's 3 feet tall? What else we got for topics? I know there's another one on there. Excuse me. Coming through. Need some information. Need some power, some intelligence. Folks.
You want to play some music? I want to hear some music.
What do you got? We'll play some music. We'll be right back, folks.
I got some cult for you guys.
Some cult. Okay, we'll be back.
Firewoman. Hello? Whoa, welcome back. How's everybody doing? That was Firewoman right there for you.
What is it?
Little of the Cult, Firewoman.
Nice, Firewoman.
Yeah, can you hear me there?
Yeah, I can hear you here. Can you hear me there?
Good. I can hear you now.
Folks, we're riled up in here. We're listening to the Cult. We're feeling like a cult because...
hanging out on Friday night. We got JT and Sawblade listening to us out there.
We got a few people listening, actually. Quite a few on the internet.
How are you feeling tonight?
Everyone's feeling good, man.
Everyone's feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's 7:41 exactly, 20 of 8.
20 of 8, yeah, that's a different way to say it.
Friday, December 7th.
That's true. December 7th, 2007.
Welcome to the No Boundaries radio show right here on WBNW.
Bada bing.
11:20 a.m.
The open forum.
Very good, Chaz.
Yeah, you like that?
Very good.
You're
smart, man.
You're the one giving me different ways to say the same time.
What's that?
I always like that in old movies where they'd say,
like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, they do it in Dumb and Dumber.
Why don't you pick me up at 7:45?
Yeah.
Let's make it 7:45.
Better make it 7:45.
Oh, man.
What do we got? Any topics? Throw one at me. I got a topic for you, Craig.
What do you got?
What do you think about chicks going down to Cancun and getting all wild and getting kidnapped?
Wild and kidnapped. I thought that was going to be a very different question, but I think
too bad, buddy.
I think it's become a very accepted thing. Most people go, take off for vacation or for spring break. People not think, they just go out and have a good time, and then
you kidnap them.
Yeah, crazy stuff happens. It's not a good thing.
I'd say no.
People obviously don't expect it, obviously, but.
Well, you know what,
There's
dude?
a lot of crazy people out there.
Does anyone
expect too many people?
Does anyone expect themselves to get kidnapped? That was someone partying in Cancun by the pool.
Yeah, we're in Cancun.
Guys, we're in Cancun live. I'm not lying to you.
Cancun.
Live from Cancun. There are girls bumping around here. There's music. You can't hear it. We have special microphones, but it's
only in our headphones. So we're dancing around. You
guys should see Kreger right now. He's got all these girls dancing around him. It looks unbelievable.
Don't say that. My girlfriend might be listening.
You're right. We're not dancing. This is serious business. We're actually in Congress in Washington.
Let's see what else we got. We got another topic.
Yeah,
what do you think about underage drinking?
Underage drinking? I'm for it, man. I think if you're going to have a kid who's young, don't get them drunk. Don't, tell them alcohol's bad so they run out and go get drunk with their friends. Let them taste it, just a little taste. Let them know it's not something that's so alien.
I think that's like, other countries, they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Their kids grow up talking about that, and, it's around them. They drink, wine with their family.
It's very European.
And those people don't, grow up to be alcoholics. They grow up to be, reasonable people who have a drink now and then.
Yeah.
Which some people can turn out like, and some people can't.
They can be alcoholics.
True.
There is a genetic side to it. But
yeah.
I think when it comes to underage drinking, a lot of kids who are out of control drinking are trying to get attention, and they're doing it with drinking because they know that their parents have told them that drinking's bad, and they want to say, look what, I'm doing the worst thing that you've told me there is. I'm doing it to myself.
Yeah, but sometimes you just want to party.
Sometimes you want to party,
relax,
man. But
have a few drinks, talk to people, mingle, do whatever.
So you're saying at 17 years old, you need a de-stressor and go to a party and drink?
No, I think people. Well, obviously,
we're talking about underage drinking.
We can get into serious stereotyping with peer pressure, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if you're a responsible enough 17-year-old, you can do whatever you want.
Anything you want, he says.
No, I guess no. If you're responsible, not anything you want. If you're responsible and you can handle yourself, and you're not going out, getting yourself arrested.
So what you're saying is, if you're responsible, then you can
within the confines of the law.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Well, there is no underage drinking that's within the confines of the law.
Of course not.
And you're saying, though, which I agree with, regardless of the law, what the law says, some kids that are under 21 can be responsible enough to have a successful inebriation and not, have any serious consequences. They go to war. Don't we send them to war and arm them?
Yeah.
And have them shoot?
Get whatever they want over there.
Oh, do they? Yeah. They don't get quite what they need.
Now, do you think do you think there's any good illegal drugs that are out there right now?
Good illegal drugs.
Like, is that
like
is
you're
that
saying?
such a
Okay,
thing?
so we know that there's a lot of bad legal drugs. Well, I know that marijuana. We've had a relationship with marijuana for 10,000 years, and it just recently ended.
Very correct.
With a lot of people in like the 60s and 70s. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of people who do it. There are people that talk about doing it openly on HBO. And
it used to be a very spiritual thing. Only the most spiritual people had the right to even smoke it.
I've heard that. Yeah,
we watched it in that movie.
Yep. Not to mention the actual industry of the hemp plant. Not even the psychotropic
so much
side of it.
We can make everything. I
guarantee
do
anything.
we could find some way to take hemp seed oil and make it gasoline.
Yeah, you can. I mean, that's simple. I mean, you just like biomass or whatever you do with that. But
there's a reason why it's here.
Well, I'll tell you.
It's not.
There are
like the legal drugs that OxyContin and stuff like that that mess up people's lives that I know and you know, and it's like you can get that from the government. They're our biggest drug dealers.
Yeah, and it's expensive. And OxyContin is now getting in trouble. The group that makes it, I think it's Merck. Or maybe Pfizer, but the group that makes it is getting in trouble for undercutting the information they provided about how addictive it was. But I'm going to say it right here. This is what I think about drugs. I think no drug should be illegal. Okay, I think that the government creates drugs that have the same capacity for influence as the many illegal drugs, but they just have the ability to create them from nothing and manufacture them for profit. Whereas drugs like heroin and cocaine, these drugs are very difficult to regulate.
Are not making a profit for
the government. Even though they are. The government is involved in trafficking these drugs in a lot of different situations. But what I'm trying to say is a drug is something that can buy time. If used medically, that's how it's used, I believe. If you have some pain, you're going to take a drug that's an opiate that's going to cut the pain off. Not so you can get addicted into some blissful state of no pain, but so that you can focus on the problem, get it fixed without the anxiety of the pain, without the mind clutterness of the pain. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what, for me in medicine, that's what drugs are
everybody always
for.
Says that people do drugs because they're
escaping,
trying to block something out, or they're trying to avoid something.
Most of them do.
I know, but I really don't think that's the whole thing. I think people just say that.
Well, what would they be avoiding if they were going to take a drug to escape? What exactly are they escaping?
I don't know, work, everyday life, whatever.
Yeah.
Some people can't handle it. Some people have stressful jobs. Some people don't.
So
some people just like to.
Well, listen. So it's not
hang out.
It's not your work, like being at work. I mean, you don't smoke a joint while you're at work. It's something else. It's the feeling like you're just a spoke in a wheel, and you have no say in where the wheel's going. These people are going to their job, and they hate their boss, and they hate this and paying bills. But who's, I mean. It's easy to just say it's all bull, this whole system, but it's a little more courageous to say, there are other ways and list them. I mean, there are other ways to escape those things. You don't have to work in a cubicle your whole life.
Some people go to a gym or I don't know. People do
music.
Yeah, music.
Well, a lot of musicians take drugs, I think.
Yeah, but musicians, I think, take drugs to expand their mind or whatever.
Yeah, which is illusion.
Yeah, it's all illusion. Yeah. It's all in you.
Of course.
It's you're doing it. You can do it whether you're, on a drug or not.
Yeah, the potential's all there. The drug may unlock it forcefully, but you can find those potentials yourself.
Did you hear about the 355,000 pounds of cocaine that was seized or whatever this year?
Seized?
Yeah.
Seized?
By the government. That's how much they caught.
That's unbelievable.
Think about how much got in.
That's millions and millions and millions and millions.
Think
that's billions and trillions and quadrillions.
10 times of that probably got in here.
That's wild. Yeah.
It's intense. I saw that. It's 355,000.
And it went up all those musicians' noses.
It went to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It went to a lot of people.
That's a lot of senators and doctors and lawyers, I'm sure. A lot of vagabonds and derelicts.
Rich people.
I know about rich people.
It's expensive.
I know the richest people on earth, or the most powerful.
Do you now?
I know them, not personally. I know of their names.
Oh, of course, everyone knows.
Yeah,
their
you
names.
get. Who do we got? Let's name some. The richest people you know of.
$550 million not claimed in the lottery.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's wild.
Intense.
Yeah, there was one that's $31
Where's all that
million.
Money?
I don't know.
Exactly where?
I don't know. Well, those are prizes unclaimed.
Let me get like $500,000.
It goes back into the system. They put out more cards. You know how you see now?
That's crazy.
Dude, you know how you see now 1 through 100 for choices at the lottery?
Craziness.
Remember when it was like 5? I remember when you could only get there weren't hundreds of them now. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's a lot of dough.
Maybe I'm wrong. I know in New Hampshire it's
That
totally
is a lot,
different.
though.
I think in New Hampshire they have like machines for lottery tickets, like in McDonald's and stuff.
Yeah, no. When you go to the New Hampshire liquor store, it's like a vending machine for scratch tickets. You put money in. They have them everywhere.
Do they have those in Mass?
I think.
Tell me where there's one. You getting hot in there, buddy?
Yeah, it's kind of warm in the studio here, folks.
It's cool in this area.
Really? I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've seen one where you can buy scratch tickets. I think you can. I want to say I've seen one at Owens.
Owen O'Leary's?
Yeah, in Natick. I think there's one there.
Owen O'Leary's. Well, there's a...
See if anybody out there can back me up
corroborate
on that one.
this information.
I know some people have bought a lot of scratch tickets in their life. Because I always seem to be standing behind one when they're buying 12 scratch tickets when I'm trying to buy a drink at Honey Farms.
Dude, that upsets
drives me nuts.
When I am getting one 69-cent pack of honey roasted peanuts
and they're spending like $700
and they're in front of me, dude.
Tickets.
And this is the worst one. They walk up.
Ridiculous.
And they say, yeah, I'll take 15 of this number or all these numbers. That they write them down. I don't know how it's done. But then you're sitting there and you hear the machine. You're waiting and you hear and it's ripping up all these white pieces of paper and they're pulling them off. And that is obnoxious, man. I feel like
so
you're saying,
obnoxious.
Dude, save your money. You're
so
wasting.
Obnoxious. It is. It's all for the. I guess it's for that $550 million.
Yeah,
that's out there somewhere.
Which is bull, man.
So we don't know where it is.
You know what? I'm gonna get $550 million from the lottery. You know what I'm gonna do with it?
Do it.
I'm gonna make my own lottery. I wonder if they could do that. If you could just do your own lottery. No. There has to be some sort of a monopoly on lottery. You switching up mics again?
Yeah, I didn't like that one that I had over there.
Oh my God, you sound tremendous now.
Right, that's much better.
I probably sound as bad as you just did right now. Still, my mic is still the same headphone mic.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's good. I sound good. You sound great.
Sounds decent from over here.
Decent? You sound great, dude.
Sounds better, right?
Yeah, you sound...
Nice radio sexy voice.
Oh, we got a sexy radio voice, Craig. Ladies, if you want to call in and talk to sexy radio voice, Craig.
Yeah, whatever.
And also, you can listen online if you guys are listening.
I think that's where most people are listening online.
No, I bet the majority of people are listening on the actual frequency because there are a lot of...
doubt that.
You doubt it?
Yeah, because we're on night power right now. The station goes to night power at 4.
What's night power?
It's like less watts.
Less watts.
So it's not going to... People, unless they're right near our towers.
Dude, there's 100,000 people near our towers.
Yeah, but the towers have to be strong. It's only... big radio stations have 50,000 watts. We have...
How many?
5. So on night power, that's half. That's 2,500.
Wait, you said 5.
5,000 watts. When we're up and running it during the day.
Yeah.
So
why don't you just give the whole secret away? Just tell everyone about the size of our wattage.
Ooh, so what? So what?
I don't want anyone to see the size of my wattage. It's a secret.
Wattage?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want you to see my amperes, my ohms. Oh my God, was that Cassandra?
No.
She was our friend.
And her name was Cassandra.
We just lost a young woman to Frankenstein in here. Does anyone know about that?
A young woman to Frankenstein?
Yeah, we lost a few people to Frankenstein. Oh, there you go. Hey, I just got a new phone. It's touchscreen technology. Can we talk about the touchscreen?
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me how it works. This is what, Verizon?
Yeah, I'll tell you how it works. I have no idea. You want to know how it works? I take my thumb and I push it up against the thing.
You press the button?
And it shows me a whole bunch of stuff, and I can press any of them. And let me tell you something here. I got GPS. I got the internet. I got my email. I got, that's it. Yeah, just internet me. Some games. Yeah,
the stuff that you need.
I got an MP3 player. I got all that stuff. And the interesting.
How much you pay for a month there? What's your monthly payment? $60?
You first. $60? No way. It's way more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's yours?
$60. Not even 50.
And what do you get? You get internet?
I don't use anything.
Dude,
I use
let me ask you a
messages
question.
And phone calls.
All right.
I don't even call that many people.
What kind of phone do you have?
It's
a BlackBerry, isn't it?
No.
No, do you have a cheapo depot phone?
Yeah, it's a crummy Samsung singular.
Oh, all right.
I got it free
Craig is doing it right.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, if
why
you're
do
not
I spend money on all this stuff?
Well, because
I have computers all around me everywhere at all times.
You see, I don't. So now I have the opportunity to have these things in close proximity to me. So you're doing it right.
I'd like to have it, though, because now that I have emails and work stuff that I have to deal with.
And you're making all that money off those investments you made.
Yeah, in the stock market.
Yeah, the foreign.
I wish.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. What were we talking about? Cell phones?
No,
I'm going to get one soon for Christmas, hopefully, if anyone out there is listening wants to give me a gift.
Yeah, there's out of all the people listening, I'm sure half of them can't wait to buy you something.
Anyone wants to talk to me on a new cell phone, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be really great. If anyone wants to call me on their new cell phone, that'd be fine.
That'd be fine.
I'll talk to anyone because I'm a talker, and Craig will talk to anyone because he's a talker as well. Ooh, and there's Frankenstein. He's finished eating Cassandra. Folks, we're just at the turn of the hour here. We're moving strong. We don't have a guest tonight, so we're kind of loopy without having
we're just winging it here, folks. If anybody wants to talk about anything, this is no boundaries. We're here to talk about whatever. Anything you want to talk about. I know you're out there. I can tell that people are listening.
I got something to talk about.
Chaz always has something to talk about.
Well, because, I got things to talk about. I got things to say. I printed out all these articles here. I printed out some articles from offline, and I got some stuff to say here. Well, this article is very interesting. We have a detective from New York. Here's what happened. A detective arrests this gentleman for a suspected murder, interrogates him, violently even, using some tactics that were described as violent. And then what happened was the gentleman had his cell phone recording when the interrogation process took place. It was like an initial interrogation where he still had his cell phone or something like that. And then later on, during the court case, the kid said to his lawyer, I got this audio clip of this detective interrogating me violently. Now, that wouldn't really matter. The kid actually did get sentenced for the murder. But what it did do is get his murder reduced because, this is why, the detective testified in court the day before they broke out that audio tape. He testified and said he never once questioned the male. So he said, no, I didn't ask him one question. Then the next day in court, the lawyer for the kid says, we have this audio tape that has the detective violently questioning the young boy for like an hour.
Really?
Yeah, so the detective busted, and the kid got sentenced from 25 years down to a 7-year charge for just a weapons charge.
Who is this kid? What did he do again?
He's some murder suspect, man, but the
murder
main articles about how the detective lied.
Well,
basically,
so if this kid's going to kill somebody, the detective has every right to
no.
interrogate him and find out what happened. How old is he?
Here's what happened, though. There would be nothing wrong.
Tell me how old was he? 19.
There would be nothing wrong. There would be nothing wrong with the interrogation. But it's just that in court, he tried to tell the jury that he didn't get to question the boy.
What an idiot.
He's an idiot.
He is an idiot. So he shouldn't be a detective.
This article doesn't even tell me why the detective would say he didn't question him. I think it's because the detective was asked if he was like rough with him or something or abused him. And then he said, no, I didn't even get to question him. And then they were like, well, we have you here on audio abusing him, questioning him. And then, I guess what happened was the judge told the detective after he was done to stand down and to get a lawyer. He told the detective, the judge. That's wild.
Told the detective to get a lawyer.
Yeah, because the detective, right at that moment where that information was put into the sphere of the trial, the public trial, it was made basically made known that this guy committed perjury, lying. That's insane, huh?
He's going to go to jail.
Probably not. A detective, man, he'll just get busted. What is he going to go to jail for? Perjury? Please. Look at Scooter Libby.
Coming up on the top of the hour here, folks. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back right around 8:05-ish.
Who cares when
we'll come back? We'll come back soon.
You guys will all be here because you love us and we love you. And we'll
have another drink.
Have another drink.
Go outside for
have some more wine. Don't worry about your Prozac. There's some in the water.
Yeah, we'll be back in soon.
Yeah.
WBNW, 11:20 a.m.
We'll be back. Don't worry.
Have a good night.
You're listening to Boston's only personal finance radio, AM 1120 WBNW.
With news on the Information Radio Network, I'm Greg Moore. Top Democrats want a Justice Department probe of the CIA's destruction of videotapes of the questioning of top al-Qaeda suspects. Correspondent Mark Smith.
The agency says the two sets of tapes were made in 2002 to ensure the aggressive questioning was legal and were destroyed 3 years later to protect the identities of the questioners. But Michigan Senator Carl Levin thinks evidence was being destroyed, and that could be a crime.
They'd have to burn every every document at the CIA that has the identity of an agent on it under that theory.
White House officials say President Bush is reserving judgment, but they add he's got no reason to doubt the CIA explanation.
New research suggests that breast cancer patients might have a better chance of surviving the disease by keeping their weight under control. The study gives the strongest evidence yet that controlling weight may be especially important after being diagnosed with breast cancer. This is IRN.
Is the IRS ruining your life? Are you afraid of losing everything? You can end the despair you feel right now. Get ready to write down an important phone number you're going to need to help solve your IRS nightmare. The number is 800-584-1095.
Hello, I'm John Harris, president of J.K. Harris & Company, the nation's largest tax representation firm. IRS problems have a way of ruining every aspect of your life if you let them. They don't go away on their own. The IRS can attach your wages, your pension, your savings, even your Social Security checks. Over the past decade, the tax team at J.K. Harris has successfully negotiated settlements for our clients, saving them millions of dollars.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, call J.K. Harris at 800-584-1095. You may qualify to dramatically reduce your tax debt. Call 800-584-1095. That's 800-584-1095.
A commutation called for by Congress. More from IRN's John Russell.
There's little that receives bipartisan support in the Congress these days, so it's remarkable when members of both sides of the aisle come together for a common purpose. Representative William Delahunt, Democrat of Massachusetts, Silvestre Reyes, Democrat of Texas, and Representative Dana Rohrabacher, Republican of California, have joined in a call to President Bush to commute the sentences of former Border Patrolman Ignacio Ramos and Jose Campion so the two men can spend the Christmas holidays with their families. The two officers were convicted in the shooting of a fleeing dope smuggler and sentenced to prison terms of 11 and 12 years, respectively. Reports of prosecutorial misconduct and political pressure tainted the case from the beginning. An appeals court learned from the government last week that the federal prosecutors were aware that drug smuggler Osvaldo Aldrete Davila was committing perjury during his testimony. John Russell, IRN News.
For the latest news and analysis, log on to irnnews.com.
Ever think about retirement? Certainly, we all do. But there's that uncertainty of what to invest in and the fear of all the ups and downs of the stock market. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a simple and easy way to save for retirement and protect your 401ks and IRAs? Well, there is. It's the Precious Metals IRA. There's never been an easier or safer way to protect your hard-earned savings. Call today to get your information packet on the Precious Metals IRA. Call 800-325-0919.
Today's 66th anniversary of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, is drawing interest in the plight of civilian survivors. Correspondent Greg Small reports.
The National Park Service and the U.S. military are hosting a remembrance ceremony at a pier overlooking the USS Arizona Memorial. Over 2,300 military personnel were killed. Dozens of civilians perished as well, many of them hit by misfired U.S. anti-aircraft artillery shells. The chief historian at the USS Arizona Memorial says civilians may be the unsung heroes of the attack. About 50 survivors of the attack are expected to be on hand today. Greg Small, Honolulu.
A hurricane forecaster predicts 7 hurricanes during the 2008 Atlantic hurricane season, and 3 of them are expected to be major storms. William Gray's team at Colorado State University is issuing the predictions 6 months before the start of the season, which runs from June through November. The forecast calls for a total of 13 named storms in the Atlantic. It also says it's probable that at least one major hurricane will hit the U.S. Gray has been forecasting hurricanes for more than 20 years. Still, his predictions aren't always on target. Gray forecast 9 hurricanes for the 2007 season and then lowered the estimate to 8. Only 6 storms formed. I'm Greg Moore. That's news.
And welcome back to the show, everybody. That's some shaft for you. Chaz. He's back.
Oh, Chaz or Shaft?
Shaft.
Damn it. I thought you said Chaz.
I said Chaz after.
Oh, nice. Chaz after.
Chaz after Shaft.
We are the No Boundaries Radio Show. A completely open forum. Yeah, I like that. That's
completely
good.
Open forum.
That's all.
For whatever you want to talk about, anytime between 7 to 9 on Friday nights on WBNW 1120.
And sooner or later every night, and sooner or later every hour of every day.
No, I doubt it.
No, you don't think so? You don't think we could talk for 24 of those hours per day?
That's a lot of talking.
Just talk. Just go. Just move.
Just like, what else would we do? We'd have to get paid somehow.
Ugh, I'm going to get paid. You believe I'll get paid? I'll get paid with
to
love.
Talk all day long?
I don't even need money.
That'd
You'll
be nice.
see. I'm going to learn how to make my own food in the woods, and I'm going to learn how to take my own urine and turn it into water.
Huh.
Like the guy from Waterworld.
That was an interesting statement.
Well, you know, you're living in the woods without money. You got to figure out something to do. Bubble, bubble, bubble. That's your favorite sound. My sound thing doesn't even work anymore.
Yeah, it does. You can turn it on. But it doesn't work because I got the CD player hooked up over here.
Yeah, we're definitely having a late night party over here.
Yeah. 8:07 on a Friday night, December 7th. 2007, folks. 2008 coming up real quick. What's everybody doing for New Year's? Anybody got any plans? Good
we need
plans?
a lot of
Call
girls
me up.
to come out here.
Anybody got any stories
party.
about bad stuff happening over Thanksgiving or bad family stories or any stories you got? Call us up. We're
no one's
bored.
got stories.
Talk to us.
Listen, all you people
It's
that
all
I
for
can
you.
see on the computer are listening. All you people, you're too afraid to call. You know that if you call, you'll have too much fun calling. You'll get too involved.
Much fun.
Yeah, that's what people are afraid of. Too much fun. Watch, someone's going to call right now. I guarantee it.
I'm putting you right on, so be prepared to be on the radio.
Yeah, be prepared. Someone's calling in. We got monkeys. Let's get serious.
What do you got an article over there that we didn't talk about in the first hour?
Well, not so much an article, but
we got a little sidetracked.
Yeah,
with our. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, here's the call. I know we got a call.
Let's
I think
see.
it's person has to make sure that they don't swear, though. Swearing's bad. And saying naughty things is bad. Put them on.
Relax. Let's see.
Put them on.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I was promised a free $100 for calling your radio show. Do you have PayPal?
Fantastic to talk to you.
Yes.
Where are you calling us from this evening?
I'm calling from the SAM.
The Sands?
The Wall SAM.
Wall Sands?
Just chillaxing, man.
Oh, it's Diamond Derek.
Oh, Diamond Derek is in the house, everybody.
It is delicious, man. This is Athens Pizza, free plug.
You getting pizza going on?
Derek is
a
in
baked ziti from the local restaurant.
Baked ziti?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Ziti.
Well, let me ask you a question, Derek. I got a question for you. Have you ever had that type of pasta that's like a long tube? It's kind of thick.
I don't think so.
It's like ziti, but it's not so small. It's like longer. Because I used to get that, and I forget the name of it.
Usually served with butter or sauce.
Butter, yeah, butter. You could slurp the butter up.
Butter. I love butter and sauce.
No, not linguine. It's tubular. It's got like a hole through the middle. It's thick.
Sounds delicious.
It does sound delicious. I want some right now. Where did you get the ziti from?
Athens Pizza.
Athens.
Yeah, like 673 Moody Street.
Nice. Athens Pizza, 673 Moody Street down in Waltham.
Where is that again?
Waltham.
Waltham, everybody. Is it on Moody Street?
Huh?
Yeah, we just said that was the address, buddy. 6 something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'll have to go there.
For them.
You want to throw some advertising?
I'm not someone who would just go ahead and say that.
Nice.
Unless the ziti I was just consuming was just absolutely fantastic.
Are you a representative of this establishment?
Oh, absolutely not.
He's established. I don't believe him.
I'm an enjoyer of fine ziti productions.
I don't believe him.
Incorporated.
All right, Derek, let's get serious. What do you got?
Right.
What are you trying to sell?
What you trying to buy, kid?
I'm trying to buy. Let's see. I'm trying to buy the truth. What do you got for the truth? Let's hear what you need.
The truth?
Let's hear what you got to say.
What do you mean?
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You can't.
I
don't know.
Truth.
Take me in some direction.
If there was one truth.
Take me in one direction.
What do you want? Yeah, give me something that happened in your daily life.
Tell Craig something.
North. It's
Tell
kind
me
of
a
like
story.
north but south. you kind of stay in the middle, but you feel like you're going in both directions.
What was that?
He's talking about directions, like
North?
the compass.
It's like south and north.
Swarth?
It was just an idea. You said you want to try something new. I mean, it could take you left, right, but you've been there.
Left, right? Yeah, I've been left,
we all
right.
know how to ride the escalator.
Yeah.
But
You ever heard that Mitch Hedberg stand up when he's like, you can't have a broken down escalator. It can only temporarily become stairs.
Yeah. It's like
sorry for the convenience.
Yeah, it's like I want to get rid of those signs that say escalator out of order and just make it say escalator, temporarily stairs. Sorry for your convenience.
You know, it's a crisp, delicious winter night out.
It is
outside.
crisp.
It is nice.
Yes.
True.
And if you are so lucky, you may have Christmas lights on your street. Oh, and I do.
Are they nice?
I'm going to go investigate these.
See, I like that. I like Christmas lights. I like those houses that go overboard and put Christmas lights on everything.
We tried to find this house last night. We went last year where you drive through this person's property.
Yeah.
And I think it's in Millis. I'm not positive. But they have boxes, like 15-foot boxes, wide and high, filled with all of these, like, scenes with, like, the animals that you would see. You ever been to the bowling alley in Natick? You know the Christmas stuff they have there?
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
All right, well, anyways, they look like that. They're kind of weird-looking animals, but it's all Christmas stuff.
Oh, my God,
drive through
dude.
for, like, 10 minutes.
Talking about fairway bowling?
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah. Well, they had the Christmas
decorations. No, this is a beautiful sight.
What do you got?
I got this, this blue double-decker just smiling at me. And it's got lit up like a tongue of rainbow lights. And Mickey...
Are they the big bulbs?
Snoopy and Tigger got some sort of powwow thing going around, archaic
some kind of nativity scene between the cartoon characters?
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden Rudolph's pooping lights.
Light poopies?
Rudolph?
Yeah.
Light
Does he have a red nose?
What do you got right there? Is that a book about capitalism? I found this book here. People send us books. And this book, what's this title?
The Politically Incorrect Guide to Capitalism.
Yeah, it's got like all these comments on the side. It's like, did you know that capitalists give more funding to the poor classes than the government? Did you know that the robber barons, the supposed robber barons, did more to help the poor than even the government?
The robber barons actually helped the poor more than government has ever done.
Yeah, sure they did.
The 1980s weren't a decade of greed. Athletes deserve their high salaries. I disagree.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I remember something like that in Sports Illustrated for Kids when I was little, when they were arguing that, how they were like viewing that to the kids, because the kids' attention is very important to the professional sports thing.
Yeah,
they have a lot of sway in the families, which is the huge sports league. It's their marketing target.
What are you doing right now, Derek? Are you doing something in particular?
I'm walking. I walked outside.
I knew it. I didn't know what you were doing.
He said he was walking down the street to look at that.
I walked down the street to go check out
the lighthouse.
This light scene with Pooh Bear and all that good stuff. And I forgot a jacket, wearing moccasins.
The nativity scene.
People are looking at me.
Oh, man, that was funny. I wish I had ZD. I'm jealous.
Yeah, that ZD sounded
And I wish
good.
I had a nativity scene.
With
Tigger.
Tigger and Pooh Bear.
Jerk Derek getting all this sweet
Jerk Derek
Waltham light show, and I'm just here in the studio with Craig.
We're hanging out.
Ugh, Craig.
You ever heard of Stephen Lynch?
No, who's that? Comedian?
He's a comedian that plays songs. He has a song called Craig Christ.
Is it good?
He's Jesus' brother.
That's you.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Is it about you?
No, it's not about me.
Did you stab Jesus?
No. It's really funny.
Are you the devil?
I couldn't play it on the air. If I could, I would play it. But
why can't you? Because of copyright laws?
No, he swears a lot in it.
Swear, schmear.
It's funny.
Oh my God, that thing's moving on its own.
It's moving. It has a mind of its own.
It's a mover.
We have probably the oldest mic stand I've ever seen in the history of mic stands.
No, you've never seen too many mic stands.
This has been around for ages.
Ages, I'll agree with that. Ages, definitely 3 or 4.
It's got springs on it and stuff.
Springs are good, man.
For what, though?
You can't go wrong with a nice coiled piece of metal. It's got so much potential energy.
I guess.
What, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
You could do a lot with a coiled piece of metal that is also called a spring. Oh, my God, that was professional.
You like that?
You just connected right to that little sound bite and just played it, didn't you? Didn't you, buddy?
Hey, you know, I'm the producer.
You're like the guy producing the whole thing.
Producing the show, guy.
He's got sounds. He's got the right buttons to pressing over there.
Some right buttons.
Kid, he's got red buttons. He's got white buttons.
I got blue buttons.
He's got blue buttons.
And I got green buttons.
And he's got green buttons. What else you got? What else you got? Yellow, green, red, blue? That sounds like... Oh. What's that?
I got a silly car horn.
Is it called silly car horn?
What else would I call it? I just read it, and that's what I said.
You know what's really funny? I learned that the word silly has to do with the word wise.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
I know that voice.
What's it from?
That's from the...
Thank you, Mr.
Oh, with his little dog.
With a dog?
Mr. Peabody.
There's something squirrely around here.
Oh, my God. That's Elmer Fudd.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kimmy. Kimmy's listening with Keith.
Nice. We got some listeners out there.
We got a bunch of listeners, dude. Don't listen to what your listening's listening to.
Listening?
Yeah, you hear what I'm saying, buddy.
So what are you doing tonight?
What am I doing tonight?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a little birthday party and get to sleep early. You know what I'm thinking about doing, man?
What are you
thinking
gonna do?
about, I canceled my gym membership, okay, because I realized that gyms are dirty. They're filled with people that are
They charge you a lot of
rude,
money to go there.
unfriendly, and charge you a bunch of money. So
I stopped going.
I'm doing
I really
yoga.
want to get in shape, but I don't want to
do
go to
yoga
the gym.
every morning.
By yourself?
No, with a class. I got like a unlimited monthly pass. If I go every day, it'll end up being like $4 a class, which is good. That's like really good.
Yeah, that's if you go every day. You're not going to go every day.
I'll go probably 6 times a week. I've been going 6 times a week since I canceled my gym membership, but I pay top dollar each time.
Yeah.
So now that I know, because
You
here's
got to
what
get some
happened.
kind of plan going.
When I got my gym membership, they didn't have classes after or before my work schedule. They hadn't before, actually, but it was, whatever.
We'll see what happens there.
Yes. Guarantee a win. We'll see what happens with the claimers. Yeah, flush that one on down there.
Oops.
Blue?
Nobody's paying attention anyways, right?
Who's paying attention,
Nothing,
dude? I'm
nobody.
telling you, we got so many
yeah, I was
people
talking about the
listening right
Patriots. Where it's going to be a very interesting game. I know the Bruins lost last night, but they were on a tear. Celtics, of course, are great. I don't like basketball, but they're very good. I think they're playing right now.
You don't like basketball, dude? What are you, some sort of a racist?
No, not at all. I don't know.
Are you a
sportsist?
sportsist?
A what?
Yeah.
What
favor one sport over another?
No.
Oh.
Is that your new term? Did you coin that?
That's a term. That's been coined. What do you got?
Oh, really?
Give me your worst. I'll sit here and face it. You got no sound bites.
I thought I told you never to interrupt me while I'm working.
Oh, my godness. That's unbelievable.
I want a chocolate bar.
Yeah, dude. What kind? Talk about it.
A Wonka bar.
Wonka? Is that Wonka?
Yeah.
That was Wonka. That's right. When he comes in and he's working.
Exactly.
I want a real chocolate bar, not some stupid Wonka bar.
With a gold ticket? I want a gold ticket.
Gold ticket would
be getting around that time of year. I'm sure that movie will be on.
The gold ticket will be sweet. That movie stinks.
It stinks?
It stinks.
I like that movie. What are you talking about?
I just thought it stunk.
That movie stinks. When they go in that big machine and go through and it's like magically clean.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, that part. I remember that part. It stunk.
It stunk.
It was stinky.
Stinky?
Yeah, you heard what I said, buddy.
I don't know. You blow up like a blueberry.
I'm going to give away a whole box of candy if someone wants to call, even though that last $100 was just a fluke. Yeah, Dragnet's going to come here and collect the candy. Illegally.
We could play some music. You want to play some tunes?
I mean, yeah, we could play tunes.
Play some tunes and regroup. We'll come back.
Yeah, because we have a guest next week, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, tell us about that. Let's talk about that.
Dr. John
Prepare
Habistro.
people for next week.
He's a chiropractor. He's like the head of a chiropractic group, Boston Spine Clinics. He runs the whole group. And he's going to be talking with me about various things. The discussion we had on the phone, he was talking about how he was going to sort of dissect Michael Moore's movie, Sicko.
Yeah.
And talk about the health industry and the HMOs. He's going to talk about how the government's making the health industry, changing it in different ways and what those ways are. And then he's going to also get a little deep with us. When I was on the phone with him, we ended up talking about the people that funded the country, because he was talking about how most of these medical groups that are ripping everyone off are subsidies, which means the government pays for them as like a little, you know what a subsidy is.
Yeah.
You know, they pay for it. So these people are making a bunch of money. Like the head of one of these subsidies, I think the number one, I don't know, but there's one, Liberty, which is a medical group. The guy gets paid $25 million a year. The CEO of that. It's like, you know, what are you doing? But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next week. But you want to play some music?
Yeah, I'm going to play something a little bit more mellow.
All right, we'll be back.
This is a number 9 track on here.
Cool.
It's called. It's by Government Mule.
Government Mueller.
And it's called Beautifully Broken.
I like beautifully broken things,
Great
especially
tune.
when I can fix them.
Enjoy. We'll be right back, folks.
Welcome back, everyone. No Boundaries Radio Show. This is a little government mule. Good stuff, man. Love it.
I love them.
Sounds good, man. They're good live, dude. That Warren
Amazing.
Hayes.
Amazing.
Haynes? Warren Hayes. He's nasty, man. He's like
that's right.
One of the OGs of that whole blues.
Been around forever. Yeah, so I think that's going to be our night.
We find it's always better to fire people on a Friday. Studies have statistically shown that there's less chance of an incident if you do it at the end of the week.
Nice. That's Office Space.
That's the end of our show here. No Boundaries. We'll see you next week. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you out there somewhere.